Good morning, yogis. My name is May, and I'm a school counselor in a public school in Aurora, Colorado. I wanted to share with you one of the best resources that I used this year to help my community add more mindfulness into our day and to reach our school's goals. That resource is Mindful Kids in 10 Minutes a Day. I used both the preschool to second grade and the third grade through fifth grade curriculums. Our goal this year was for us to be able to, for all of us, both students and staff and families, to be able to identify their current level of comfort and safety in their brain and body, name their feeling, rate the intensity of their feeling, and to be able to name at least one tool that they will know helps them to reach their desired comfort level in their brain and their body. And I was hoping that I could increase that number by about 20%. To be able to do that, I provided 23 classrooms, a caregivers group, and daily mindful moment videos for my community. And the resource that I used was the Mindful Kids in 10 Minutes a Day for each of those daily mindful moment videos. These two workbooks have been so instrumental in those videos. It's so easy to just open up the book, look at the calendar, and follow the activities so that I can quickly create a video that helps my community practice a mindfulness skill, whether that's breathing or practicing mindfulness or a movement that they can use. And even the games on Fridays have been so incredibly helpful. It can be challenging to come up with ideas on my own, but this resource gives you 4 weeks all planned out and it's themed so that I can just grab and go. Since I work with all grade levels, it's really nice to have both workbooks. That way I can see how the breaths, movements, and activities can be modified for both the primary grades and the secondary grades. And that almost kind of just doubles my resources available to my community as well. Um, The daily videos have been so helpful for my community. Students often come up to me at lunchtime or after school and show me what they learned that day, whether it's practicing a movement, a breathing technique, and on Wednesdays, so many students bring me the picture that they colored during Wind Down Wednesdays, and we put it up on the wall in the mindfulness room so that they can see that their whole community is engaging in this work. Here is what I am the most excited about because, in public schools, it's really important that we know that the resources that we are using are beneficial. So part of this for me has been gathering data about that. At the beginning of the year, 39% of our students said that they could identify an emotion, that if they were having a really big emotion, what it was and how to rate it. Um, and about 12% of them could not do that. By the end of the school year, we had a 47% increase of students who were able to identify their big emotion and to rate it. So that means now we had 85.6% of our students were able to rate their emotion and identify when they were having a big emotion. And that to me was the most important first step that we could get out of this. When students learn how to be mindful, they know how to recognize that they are having an emotion, they can identify it, and then we can come up with some steps on solving the issue, or highlighting it, or figuring out whatever the next step is. Yes? The next one is identifying a skill that will help them to be able to regulate that emotion and to be able to re-engage in their learning community. At the beginning of the school year, 74% of kids could not identify a skill that they could use to help regulate their emotions. So that meant only 23% of students were able to say, this is a coping skill I have, this is a technique I can use, this is something that I use in my daily life to help me identify my feelings, to help me regulate them, to help me connect safely with my community. By the end of the school year, we had a 53.5% increase in students who could identify a skill, which means that 77% of our community now could do that. And they were able to tell me in a separate survey what that skill was, and they were always skills that we had practiced in mindfulness class, specifically skills that we used in the daily videos using the 10 minutes a day resource from Kids Yoga Stories. I am so excited about that data and what that means for our community, and what that means for our students going forward, that they know they can identify the skills that they have, and that they can identify the emotions that they have, they can honor those emotions, they can regulate them, return to their community, and since we are doing this work with both of our students, our staff, and our families, our caregivers, that means that our community is able to regulate together. They're able to regulate on their own, and we're able to increase the work that is being done, spread that out through our communities, and be as healthy, happy, and safe as we can possibly be. I highly suggest that you purchase a copy of this curriculum and that you try it out with yourself, most importantly, and then with your community around you, because as much as we can regulate and be mindful with one another, the better we can connect, the better we can be healthy, happy, and safe. Thank you.